Well, good afternoon. My name is Monique Aipasa, and I'm a certified Dream Builder coach. And I'm the founder and owner of Vital Touch Retreats. And I want to welcome you and thank you for joining my three-part online training series where I will be sharing with you the three key ingredients for creating a life that you would love to live by design. So, without further ado, let's jump over to the PowerPoint presentation for today. Okay, so are you living the life of your dreams? Creating a life that you truly love by design. Before we go and dive deep into the first key ingredient for today's training, let me share a bit about my background so you have an idea with who you are talking to. So, this is me, and I'm the founder and owner of a massage practice based in the Netherlands called Massagebedrijf Vital Touch, which I founded in 1998. So for the last 18 years, I've had the pleasure and the privilege of literally touching lives of hundreds and hundreds of clients, of people, through my massage services in my practice. Now, as you can see here on this picture, this is my practice that is located in the southern part of the Netherlands. Here's the entrance door of my practice, and just something that I put on my window shield so everyone knows that there is a massage practice over here. This is a view on my wonderful garden from here. And this is the space where my clients come in when I welcome them into my hall, the entrance of my practice. And this is the massage space where I give my treatments. And as you can see, this here is set up for a wellness workshop or a retreat that I give to my clients. And I do have the necessary certifications. As you can see, I'm a shiatsu massage therapist. I give sports massage, chair massages as well. I do that on site. So I used to go to companies where I gave massages to employees so they can feel better in their own skin, energized to have a very productive day at work. And I consider myself to be a holistic wellness practitioner because when I graduated from the shiatsu massage therapy school, to say it that way, I was also introduced to the traditional Chinese medicine, which is a holistic view of a holistic approach of treating people in the spectrum of health and well-being. And I really, really love what I do. I feel so blessed and honored to be able to really make a very significant and positive difference in the lives of my clients when it comes to their health and well-being. But then a couple of years ago, I noticed a longing inside of me. And this is really a clue that I'm giving, because you see, life speaks to us in two ways. It speaks to us through our longings and also through our discontent. So around the same period that I would graduate to become a certified shiatsu massage therapist, and I would give those shiatsu massage therapy sessions to people, I was a member of an association that would come up for the rights of the shiatsu massage therapist and everyone other types of therapy involved into the traditional Chinese medicine. So, and I noticed that what was going on there was not really in alignment with what I wanted. So I noticed some discontent. I noticed some dissatisfaction about the way things were going. And I thought, I really felt like, well, they're going to decide how I should run my practice. No way. I didn't want that. That was not why I wanted to become my own boss when I decided to found my massage practice back in 1998. So I had a longing. That discontent helped me to identify a longing within me, a longing to, I don't know, to add something new into the mix other than only giving massages and sometimes a workshop. So then I came across a webinar from this wonderful lady, Mary Morrissey, on dream building. And the first time that I watched that webinar was in December 2012. And that really caught my attention. And whatever she was sharing with us, with me as a viewer of that webinar, was something that completely resonated with every fiber of my being. Because as a kid, I loved to daydream. I could sit for hours in my bedroom on my bed, watching out of the window, gazing out into the stars in the sky, and think like, oh, if I grow up, what would I love to be, you know? So that really sparked something inside of me. But when at the end of that webinar, she offered a program where you could go on a journey, a 90-day journey to experiment on what it would be like to live the lives of your dream, the life of your dreams. So, but at that time, something else was saying to me, I don't know yet if this is the right timing. So I parked it somewhere, but then not have like 6 months later, it was still, you know, going on inside of me. So there was another invitation to a webinar by Mary Morrissey, and I decided to watch that also. And then I really got fired up. I really wanted to pursue that longing that I felt to put some changes in the way I did my business so far. So I decided to join her coaching program where I could become a certified Dream Builder coach. And I did. So in March 2014, that dream came into reality. I became a certified Dream Builder coach. I went to Los Angeles for a 3-day live intensive weekend where all the training that I followed so far, because I followed that coaching program in August 2013, and in March 2014, I graduated as a certified Dream Builder coach. And that really, really, really was, in fact, the beginning of a new adventure. So, it is said that the quality of our lives is determined by the quality of questions that we ask ourselves. Because you could ask yourself, how on earth am I going to get to the end of this month and pay all my bills? Now, you could ask that question, but what kind of answers will you get from asking that kind of question? Or you can also be asking yourself a more empowering question like, I wonder how I can get to the south of France, have 2 weeks off, and generate an extra 10,000 euros doing that. I wonder how I can do that. Now, wow, that's a completely different kind of question, isn't it? A different kind of energy. So it really is very important to learn to ask yourself more empowering questions. That is one of the skills that I learned as a dream builder coach during my coaching when I was learning to become a dream builder coach. So with this said, this is one of the most valuable questions that you can ask yourself on a daily basis. What would I love? So this is what I'm asking you. What would you love? What would you love? If time and money and educations were no factors in your life, what is it that excites you the most? What makes you come alive? And just ponder on that. You don't have to immediately answer this question. Just give yourself permission to just ask this question. How does it feel to ask yourself, well, what would I truly love? And we will go into 4 domains to discover what it is that we would love to experience in our health and well-being. You can see me there doing a yoga pose. And this is really in one of the parks that in the community where I live. And I love trees. I'm a tree hugger. So I love to do my yoga exercises near a tree, as you can see. And for me, for example, I love to feel really confident and safe and secure and flexible in my body and in my own skin. That is what I love. And when it comes to relationships, what is it that you would love to experience in your relationships? And here you see me with my beloved partner, Inyo, whom I love so dearly and with whom I really have a wonderful, intimate, deep, and rich relationship. And the third area that we are going to explore is ask yourself the question, what would I love when it comes to my time and money freedom? As you can see here is a picture of our 5 children. I have 2 teenage boys, Ramon here at the right side. He's just turned 18 on the 1st of January. And here is my youngest son, that is Miguel, who's going to be 14 in March. And this is Ion, and he's 17. Is the oldest one of Inyo. And this wonderful, lovely young woman, lady, that is Annika, who just turned 15 in December. And this is the youngest son, Mateo, who will be 14 this next coming Thursday. So, and this is a picture taken at the top of a mountain during our hike during the summer holidays of 2013 in Austria. So what is it that you would love to experience when it comes to your time and money freedom? We'll dive deeper into that in the next section. And the 4th domain of your life that you want to ask yourself that question is in the area of your vocation, your career, your creative expression. What would you love to be, to do, or to create in that area? And here you see me give a demonstration of chair massage at a local bookstore in another city than where I live, but it really was great fun. It was somewhere in November, I remember, um, because I was invited to give those demonstration because it was the month of spirituality. So, and they figured mind body connection is part of spirituality, so chair massage should be on the scene as well. So, what would you love in these four main areas of your life? Before we do that, it's very important to notice where you are right now. So it's like that GPS system, right? So if you want to go to Amsterdam from Maastricht, for example, what is your GPS going to ask from you? It's going to ask where you are right now, and you have to put the place of destination. So it will give you a layout for you, the easiest, fastest, or the most touristic route to go from A to B. So that is what we're going to do now also, is to determine what is your point A in these four domains of your life. And this is the question that I'm asking you. Are you aware of your internal thermostat? Now, what do I mean by that, your internal thermostat? Well, I think everyone has a thermostat in their homes, right? So, and for example, in my home, the normal setting, the standard setting is now in wintertime about between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius. So when I open the door in the morning to have fresh air come in and it's colder outside than it's inside, then cool air will come in the space and the temperature will drop in the room. And when that varies from the standard setting, so when the temperature will drop to, I don't know, 15, 16 degrees, then the thermostat will automatically kick in and gives a sign to the heater to turn on the heat so that it will be brought back to that standard setting of 18 degrees. So vice versa, if in summertime it's really hot outside, so like 36 degrees, sometimes it can be that here in the Netherlands, then it's going to be too hot in this room, then automatically that thermostat will kick off and it will regulate the temperature to bring it down, back down to 18 degrees. So that is how it works. Well, we all have that internal thermostat in ourselves, in our body, even in our body. I mean, how many degrees is it normally? Like 36, 37 degrees. And if your internal thermostat would go up to 40 degrees, then you call that a fever, right? So, but we also have an internal thermostat when it comes to our lives. And so what's that all about? And you know that the internal thermostat is, you can't see it really, how it really works, because it goes, in between the walls, there are all the wires, and it goes directly to the heater and all that. So you don't see that. It's not visible to the eye. The same thing is how it works in the universe. There are invisible universal laws that govern our outer experiences, our outer results. You can't see, smell, and taste and touch these laws or these rules, yet they are there. And if you are aware of these rules, then you can, and you apply it and work in harmony with those laws, then life really gets easier. At least that is my experience. And not only my experience, but lots of other people experience who experience success in their lives. So, and this is also a very important key to understand, that everything really is created twice. First, it had to be a thought, an idea, before it can become a thing. So everything that you see, I mean, the computer that I'm in front of, my cup of tea, the clothes that I'm wearing, the plant that I see, everything that I can see, smell, taste, and touch with my five senses, once started with an idea. Someone, thought it up. Let's make this wonderful, beautiful cup where people can have their coffee or tea and they're enjoying that, and it's a beautiful cup and it's going to be their favorite cup. Someone thought about that idea, and then one day that's turned into a physical reality. So there is a system, a technology through which that takes place. So, with this said, what would you love to experience in the field of your health and well-being spectrum? So, on a scale from 1 to 5, how would you rate this area of your current life? So remember that GPS system, the point A. What's your point A when it comes to your health and well-being? What are your longings and your discontent? What would you love to experience because of maybe the discontents that you are experiencing right now when it comes to your physical health, your mental health, how you deal with your emotions, your spiritual nourishment? What would that be like? So if you give it a 1, a 2, or a 3, mostly that means like, oh, I feel so tired, I'm so exhausted, I don't, every morning when I wake up, I don't like that timer to go off. I would love to turn around again and put the covers over my head because I'm just so tired. I would love to have more energy, but I'm just so tired. Or you experience that you have headaches or whatever it is, or if you feel depressed, or I feel so overwhelmed. There's so many things to do. I don't know where to start. So if that's the case, then maybe you would rate it 1, 2, or 3. But maybe in this area, you already feel very contented. Maybe you feel like, oh, I'm on top of the world. I feel vibrant and alive. I feel good in my own skin. I feel confident. I have a clear mind. I rest regularly. I, take my daily breaks on time. I'm focused. I'm clear-minded. I have a spiritual practice. I have my emotions under control. If that's the case, then that would be a 4 or a 5, wouldn't it? So and the point is to be very honest with yourself. Only if you are completely honest with yourself where you are right now. And remember, there's no right or wrong. So maybe you have the tendency to want to punish yourself for feeling so very, for giving yourself a 1 or 2 or 3. That is, that is a tendency that many people have, to feel guilty about feeling bad about your health, for example. But it's okay. Just notice where you are right now as a starting point, to see where there is space to grow. The same thing goes for your relationships. So what is your relationship like with your parents, your siblings, your loved ones, your neighbors? Or maybe you have a job, and what's your relationship with your boss? Can you get along with him well, or her? Do you feel appreciated by your boss or your colleagues or your clients? What does that look like right now for you on a scale from 1 to 5? Just notice what you're noticing, which is also a very important skill, to notice what you're noticing without judging yourself for that. So see what comes up for you. What's the longing? What would you love to experience in this field? And what is your discontent when it comes to your relationships? We move on to your time and money freedom. So what's your point A right now? Are you traveling already as much as you would like? And what about your leisure time? Do you find enough me alone time, if that is what it is that you prefer? Or spending more time with your kids and doing fun stuff? Is that on your list of wanting to experience more of? And is it now different than what you would like it to be? Are you working part-time or full-time, and would you love to change that? What's your longing here? And what is your discontent? And the last area, your vocation, your creative expression. How would you love to express yourself in a creative way? Like an artist, maybe you love to paint or to shoot photos, or maybe as a vocation you like to be your own boss and have an own business, be an entrepreneur. And where do you love to work? You know, is that indoors or maybe outside? Would you love to work in the garden more? So what is your longing here? And what is your discontent? Just notice where you are. And be really, really, really honest with yourself. Honesty is the best policy. That's at least how I think of it. Now, what if you could create a life that you would rate 4 or 5s in every area? Oh, can you see that in the background here and here? That's a double rainbow. Could you see that? Now, I took this picture during that summer holiday that you saw earlier, where we spent that hiking day on the mountain. And I don't know if it was that same day, but on one of those, you know, during that week that we were there, I saw this from our apartment and I thought, wow, this is just amazing. So I took this picture. Just a little side story to share. Now, we come to the first key of the 3 keys for designing your life. What is necessary in order for you to be able to turn that idea into your physical reality? Now, as you can see on this picture, that here is my keys. And I thought I needed another one because it's about 3 keys. But you also might notice this thing here, the La Tour Eiffel, the Eiffel Tower. I just wanted to tell you a quick story about that, because in 1993, and I was 24, turning 25 in that year, I decided I wanted to manifest this dream that I have to becoming an au pair in Paris. So I did. I quit my job because I worked with a bank in that time area, and packed my bags and went off to Paris. And these are my Parisian kids that I took care of. And that is, oh gosh, what are their names? Adrien, Eleonore, and Caroline. Oh, they're so magnificent. And these are my 2 best friends, and they were my witnesses at my wedding. And this is Suzanne, and Suzanne really manifested her own dream. She went to Italy, where she lives right now. She's married to a wonderful Italian man, and she's running a highly thriving bed and breakfast in Tuscany. And this is Sabine, and Sabine is married to an expat husband. And she lived in many different areas of the world, starting in Australia and Perth. And I visited her in Perth. So that was really fun. And this was my French class and my teacher over there. That really, really, really was very fun to do. So that's just a little other side story. So you get a little bit of a peek into my private life. So the first key for creating a life that you would love to live by design is to have a clear vision. Here, where there is no vision, the people will perish. Proverbs 29, verse 18. And I took this picture from graceformoms.com because I just love this picture. It's a beautiful picture. I love the sun. I love those flowers. And I wanted to have this quote. So this really was a wonderful picture, and it says it all. Because in dream building, we learn to live a vision-based life instead of a circumstance-based life. So what do I mean by that? Well, the majority of people are trained, we were trained to let the circumstances determine how we feel and how we act and what is possible for us. Whereas that is just backward living. It really starts with a vision. Create that vision, a clear picture in your mind before it can become a thing. Remember. And one way to do that is to use your imagination faculty. And you know, children are really good at imagining. Really, really good. It's something that we have forgotten to use. And it's time to take it out of the closet and start using it. And Albert Einstein said that your imagination is your preview of life's coming attractions. Your imagination is your preview of life's coming attractions. Wow. So this basically is what I said earlier about that your thoughts become things. Another picture that I wanted to share with you. So this is me when I was 8 or 9, I guess. Yeah, my mom took this picture. And I took ballet classes from the age of 7 to 14 years. And as you can see here, that's me having a solo piece in this choreography with this group of wonderful kids. And yeah, I had this imagination that one day when I grow up, I'm going to be a ballerina and I'm going to dance and graciously, and all the people would love me, see me dancing on stage, and I would receive standing ovations, and people would come, you know, after the performance, they would come to me and say, Monique, that was just so magnificent. I felt so inspired and so moved and so touched by your way of dancing so uniquely. Yeah. So I really had a vivid imagination as a child, and I could just express my imagination by dancing. I love that. So that is really, really, really very important. Now, one way that you can start using your imagination is to make a vision board or a mood board. So that would be my invitation for this training, is for you to collect your favorite magazines and take out the most magnificent pictures that you love, that really sparks joy within you, that and words. So as you can see, I have here two different kinds of vision boards, and in this one you see Dutch words like dromen, which mean dreams, and liefde, which means love, and samen met jou means together with you, and feest means party, and echte rijkdom, so here are our 5 kids, and this is my partner, means real, genuine abundance, richness. So I love to invite you to give yourself permission to start visioning what it is that you love in those 4 areas that we discussed in this first training part of the 3-part video training series on how you can create a life that you would absolutely love living by design. Just be the architect of your own life. And one thing before I end this first part is that understand that our mind thinks in pictures. So when I say, do you think of your front door? Then I bet you immediately have a picture of your front door. Think of your bike, think of your clothes that you're wearing, think of your husband, think of your children. You immediately have a picture of all of them. So that faculty, if you start to use that to design your most dream life in the areas of your health and well-being, in the areas of your relationships, in the area of your time and money freedom, and in the area of your vocation and creative expression, then yeah, just have fun doing that. This is really about having fun with yourself and giving yourself permission to start owning your me time. So let's see if I can close the presentation. And let's see, where am I right now? Here. There it is. So I hope you enjoyed this first part of the training, and have much fun doing this. That's just my advice to you. I had much fun making my vision boards, and allow those dreams to come alive while you do that, and put on your favorite music while you do that, and maybe involve your kids and have them make their vision as well. So you can make it a family activity if you like, but I really invite you to stand up for yourself and do this exercise. You will be surprised what energy that will create inside of you. So have fun. Hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, just post in the mail or jump on me over the phone. And you can find me on www.facebook.com/vital-touch-retreats. And looking forward to speaking to you at our second part of this 3-part online training series. Bye for now. Namaste.